It's here, everybody. The Dungeons and Dragons trailer for Honor Among Thieves, the latest adventure on the big screen from the folks at Wizards of the Coast, Paramount Pictures. We are getting one of my favorite actors leading this film, Chris Pine. For this reason, I was looking forward to this film the moment it got announced that he was attached because it led some gravitas I felt to the film. Now, it's also got Hugh Grant, who I think is amazing, and his turn in recent years playing villains. If you haven't watched The Gentleman yet, which is an amazing Guy Ritchie film, you really need to do so. Um, Also, Michelle Rodriguez, who is this, she pretty much anything she comes onto is going to be a fun ride. She's an actress who tends to do really interesting roles. So I kind of knew from the casting going into this that I would, at least at the time, and I think I can say this after having watched the trailer, this feels and looks like it's going to be a lot better than the film we got 20 some years ago, which, despite having one of my favorite actors of all time, Jeremy Irons, was still a horrific train wreck. Uh, this looks a lot different. Now, we're going to be diving into my reactions to the trailer today. I can't obviously show you the trailer because of copyright issues. So what we're going to do is, like I've done with previous trailer reaction videos, we're just going to say, here, I'm starting the trailer and I'm going to go through and watch it and I'm going to talk about things as we go through, and you can kind of watch along with me if you would like to, and then we'll get to the end and we'll have a little bit of a discussion at the end of this. So if that works for you, go ahead and get the trailer pulled up. The links are down below. It's also out there. Just do a Google search if you don't want to click my link. And let's just start with three, two, one. Um, Getting into the Honor Among Thieves title, the one immediate reaction I had was that, oh, we're getting another thief story. Kind of, but not really, because even though these characters are thieves, the main character is not a thief. But we get this sweeping shot of a city and a boat, and Chris Pine introducing them, saying, we're a team of thieves. When you do this, you're going to make some enemies. It shows them robbing some stuff. Well, it's all fairly standard generic fare. We get this awesome shot of a city talking about, oh, there's a dragon, big, big, big dragon. The dragon looks okay. It doesn't look phenomenal, but it looks good enough, at least in this trailer. They may add some more to the dragon. I get the Paramount logo, and now we get this kind of setting the tale of the story of they helped the wrong person, steal the wrong thing, and then the world's gone to shit in the meantime, and now they have to help right the wrongs. Although, do they? Like, this is the part I'm going to pause this for a minute and talk for a minute because I feel like if they are a group of thieves, then they're definitely not thievy thieves. Like, they're not like true-blooded, you know, thieves of that night. Because the Honor Among Thieves title does give credence to the fact that these are more than likely chaotic good type characters. Because you're not going to care about righting the wrong that you did unless you've got some good in you. So we're not getting cutthroat thieves. We're getting honorable thieves. And from what I understand, given the fact that that Chris Pine's character is a bard, he's not necessarily a thief per se. He's just a bard who has thief as a career, as opposed to. I digress. Getting back to the trailer, so they decided they need to right these wrongs. We're getting lots and lots and lots of visuals here. Um, the we're getting scenes of spells, we're getting creatures, all this other stuff that's happening. We're seeing lots of classic Dungeons and Dragons stuff, and lots of sweeping vistas, which was all shot in Ireland. I believe Northern Ireland, actually. We're going to go read a Nerdist article here in a bit. This scene where we're talking about, we're doing the character overview, the one slight, I don't know, I don't want to call it miscasting because I can't judge this until I see how she pulls it off. But casting Michelle Rodriguez as a barbarian, she's not that big of a woman. Like, not that she's not muscular and an athletic badass actress, but they cast her as a barbarian. And when I think barbarian, I think, Arnold Schwarzenegger type characters. So it's interesting what they're doing with that. That's the only type of miscasting I think here. I love Chris Pine as a bard because this is a charismatic dude in the first place. I definitely get the vibe that they're trying to sort of capture that same sarcastic role that he played as Captain Kirk in the new Kelvin timelines. And I know some people have mentioned that um, this trailer had too much humor in it, and it felt like Why do they always have to make? And I think it was Nathan actually. We were talking about this when we were streaming last night. He was saying, "Hey, why do they have to make the Dungeons and Dragons movies look really, really funny? Like, why can't there be seriousness?" I don't disagree. I think that that might be true. I don't know if the whole movie's going to be like this, but I do know that they're trying to play off of what they know audiences resonate with a lot with Chris Pine, which is that charismatic. I'm gonna make jokes and make light of situations. So we'll see if the whole movie's like that or not. So we get an introduction to the characters here. Now it doesn't actually tell you what they play in this trailer, but if you go to this article from Nerdist.com, which I am going to link here in the actual description text below, it says that Chris Pine's playing Edgin a bard, Michelle Rodriguez is Holga a barbarian, Roger Jean Parc is playing Zinc, a paladin. Sophia Lillis is playing a druid. Hugh Grant is a rogue. Justice Smith is playing a sorcerer. Now, what's interesting, if we go back to the trailer, is the fact that we get this scene where the druid transforms into an owlbear. We all laughed. Those of us who were in our Dungeons and Dragons campaign laughed at this because when we were playing through, right now we're playing through the Weave in the Void campaign, which is the perfect moment for me to stop and do a call to action and say, hey, if you like Dungeons and Dragons, don't forget to tune in every Sunday night at 8 p.m. Central as myself, Nathan Napalm, Sparrow, Bounty Code, my brother, my wife, and Skinny play through the world of the Weave and the Void. It is a 5th edition setting, but it is homebrew. It's our world. We live stream that every Sunday night, 8 p.m. on the Weave and the Void Twitch channel, twitch.tv/Weave and Void. That setting is the world map behind me, and within that setting, we also have a point and click adventure game and a book series, which currently is we're up to chapter 23 now, and it's a lot like Dragonlance if you're familiar with that stuff. So if you want to check that out, get more information, you can go to patreon.com/. Wandering Hermits, Wandering Hermits being myself, my brother, and my wife. You can also pick up a copy as a standalone product of our 5th edition sourcebook and the first campaign, Escape from Parthana, over at weaveandvoid.com. You can obviously get that through the Patreon page as well. Pick your poison, tune in there. Also, this is the great point for me to say if you like this video, like, subscribe, hit the bell icon, follow along for more. Don't forget to support the channel with a super thanks. If you like this channel, I stream every single day in the mornings and in the evenings. You can come check out live streams as you will there. Don't forget you can also join as a member of the Adventurers Guild down below. But let's get back to this trailer because there's this moment when the druid transforms into an owlbear. And before we were doing the homebrew campaign, we played Lost Mine of Phandelver, and I remember this one point where we get to, I can't remember the name of the village, but they go to this village where there's this old druid and it's been taken over by this green dragon. And the party immediately got there and then wanted to turn around and go find a safe place to rest because they wanted to get their spells back. And I was like, no, you need to, we need to go forth and adventure here. So I just literally said, as you're trying to sleep, you know, you have somebody on watch and you get attacked by an owl bear in the middle of the night. And then it was this horrific fight because at the level they were at during that campaign, that owl bear was way too much for them and they almost died. So when we all saw this owl bear pop up in this trailer, everyone got a good chuckle because of the owlbear scene in our campaign. So, getting through this, I think that looking at the trailer, I know that the concerns that I've heard, I don't necessarily share the concerns, but I understand them. Like the costumes do look a little bit modern. I'm not gonna call this the best costumes I've seen in a movie before. Like definitely seen better costumes in a show like Lost Kingdom as an example. But we've got the classic mimic character here. We've got lots of spells, the gelatinous cube, magic missiles, teleportation, dragons. There's lots of adventure happening in this, which looks amazing. Now there's also, they used a Led Zeppelin song for the trailer, and um, not everyone's happy with that. I don't mind it. They did the same thing with the Thor Ragnarok trailer. They had a Led Zeppelin song during the trailer. Um, it's marketing 101. I'm not going to fault them for doing cool stuff like that to try and tie in generationals stuff. Is it the right song? I don't know. I think maybe some people are concerned that they're trying to make this a little too campy as opposed to more serious. I'm not sure what they're going for quite yet, but I do think the number one aspect of this trailer is they're trying to appeal to multiple generations of people because they want this to be a success because the last D&D film was not. Now D&D is in the middle of a resurgence right now. They are like riding high on the peak of fame. Everybody's streaming 5th edition, everybody's playing 5th edition, everyone's using 5th edition as the rule set for their homebrew campaigns, myself included. We have games out the wazoo coming out from last year's was it Dark Alliance to you've got Baldur's Gate 3 in development. You've got games like Solasta, which are using the 5th edition rule set, the SRD, like so many products around D&D right now, and it's a great time for them to launch a film because the popularity has never been higher, and Pine has proven that he can be the backbone of a franchise such as with his lead role in the Trek films or his supporting role in the Wonder Woman films. This guy brings a crowd and he can support a film. By the way, he's done a lot of other great stuff, which isn't always comedic. Hell or High Water, if you haven't seen that movie, Outlaw King. Oh my God, Outlaw King. Like this guy is a badass actor in and of himself. But he does bring that charismatic charm to a role, which is what they're looking to tap into, at least from what we see with the trailer, which makes sense considering that he's playing a bard. Anyway, I'm already 11 minutes and a half in. Let's duck back over into this uh, Nerdist article. My brain had I haven't had enough coffee. Let me get a sip of coffee here. Hugh Grant said the movie has real Monty Python vibes, which has some people a little worried. They're saying, "Oh, it's going to be too much of a comedic film." If they can pull it off, I'm not too worried about it. Um, there is a lot of talking here about not a lot of them knew what D&D was. Some of them played it since they were kids. The film has dozens of monsters and creatures and dozens of spells. We got to see a Displacer Beast and Gelatinous Cube. The director says they also worked closely with Wizards of the Coast to get the lore right, and the film is going to have at least one cameo from a well-known D&D player, which if it's somebody from Critical Role, I wouldn't be surprised. It could also be Satine, we never know. Um, it's coming March 3rd, 2023, which can't get here soon enough in my mind because I can't wait to see this film. I'm just hugely anticipating this. Hugely anticipating? Can I say that? Whatever. I can't wait for it. Really looking forward to it. Love to hear your thoughts and comments. Drop them down below. Until next time, everybody. Safe watching. Happy hunting out there.